Oh, I can't believe that worked. I suppose I'll just have to hold up my end of the bargain to that decrepit wizard, but it's a small price to pay on balance. Well, hello there, sweet human. Oh, you're frightened of me. Well, that is to be expected. You did just get summoned to a different plane of existence. Where are you? Well, that is a very good question, my dear, but, you seem to be having a bout of anxiety. Why don't we get that sorted first, and then sort through the questions, Right. Deep breath in. Oh, come now, sweetling, I know you can do it. Yes, that's it. Deep breath in, and out. Deep breath in, and out. And one more time. Deep breath in, and out. Very good. I'm so proud of you. You listened so well. Now, questions. I believe you have some. You, sweetling, have been summoned by yours truly into the Autumn Court. No, I don't suppose you know what that is. We aren't that well known, after all. Well, do you happen to know what fairies are? I believe that's what humans call our kind. Yes, that's exactly it. I was made to believe that humans have forgotten about our existence, but you've put it quite concretely. You, my sweet, have been summoned into the Fey realm. Well, to be my pet, of course. Us Fae do so love keeping human pets. Of course, we've tried the more conventional creatures in the past. Birds, rabbits, even worms. But they don't really make good company. Oh no, nothing of the sort. You, sweetling, you'll be more of a companion of sorts. Us Fae just like to call you pets because we think your kind and your vapidness are ever so adorable. Like a helpless little pet. And need so much love and care. Now then, before you can become my pet, I'll need to take a look at you. See what we have to work with. How about a drink before we start? I just baked some lovely flutter cakes. Try one. Good, right? Well, you wolfed that down quite fast. Did you not have anything to eat before I summoned you? You haven't eaten in over a day. Why ever not? You were too busy with work? Well, it's a good thing you're here now. I will not have my pets starving themselves over something as trivial as work. Let's see. Whilst I'm doing this, why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself? Well, for starters, what's your name? How pretty. Is that a nickname or... I see. Perfect name. Well, you may call me Saffron, or Mistress, whichever you prefer. I'm just teasing, sweetling. Oh, for now I'm just reading your aura and your energy. Why don't you tell me more about your life? What do you do to occupy your time? You work? Okay. What do you do for work then? Mm-hmm. Hmm? Hmm. And is it as dull as it sounds? Yes. Alright, I see. Well, hardly seems like a profession worthy of skipping out on meals for, Sweetling. Oh, I'm sorry, that sounds terrible. We'll have to do something about that then. No one makes my pet work in such horrendous conditions and gets away with it. Would you happen to know their true name? Yes. Thank you. Well, I suppose our evening plans are sorted. Well, aside from work, what do you do for fun? Video games. Well, I'm not entirely sure how I can accommodate that here. Us Fae don't really have the same technology as you humans do, but I suppose our forms of entertainment are a lot more, well, we'll get to that. What else? Well, if your life didn't revolve around work, what would you do instead? What do you mean you've never thought about it? Oh, you poor thing. I didn't realize that this summoning was actually a rescue. But I'm very glad that the gods brought you to me. You poor, poor dear. Don't worry. You'll never have to worry about such trivial nonsense anymore. You're mine, Sweetling. You never have to worry about anything ever again. Well, I do think your aura and energy is quite acceptable. It's a bit fraught with stress, to be sure, but it's nothing we can't rectify. Now I'd like to take a look at your features. I'll have to lean in. Really, really close. Is that okay? Very good, Sweetling. Your hair is a little dull. Most likely a consequence of stress. No, it's nothing to be self-conscious about. It's actually a good thing for me. All it means is that I have to pay extra attention to your care. I'll just get to wash your hair, brush it out, put some flowers in it every so often, if you're alright with that. And same with your skin. And your under-eye bags. You haven't gotten a good night's sleep since you started working, have you? No, I don't think so. I suppose I'll just have to come up with a curse devious enough to teach that boss of yours a lesson. One thing you'll learn about us Fae is that we are incredibly vindictive. We can hold a grudge like no other. If you wrong us, or someone we care for, then you best believe that you will receive no reprieve for the next century at least. Oh, and some of us are more easy to offend than others, so if you do end up interacting with any other Fae, be careful with what you say to them. Something that may sound like a compliment to you may be received as an insult by them. But I don't think you'll have to worry about that all too much. I don't know how willing I am to allow others of my kind near you. You're far too precious to share, Sweetling. Despite my knowing you for such a short amount of time, I can tell that I'll be coddling you quite a bit. You're just too adorable for words. Oh. Don't cry. Have I said something to upset you? No one has ever said anything like that to you? Why ever not? It's true. You're absolutely precious, sweetling. Oh, hey, no negative self-talk. You're mine now, sweetling. And you should know that I only want the best. Are you doubting my judgment? Good answer. Well, I will say, I'm glad no one has ever seen you for what you really are. If they had, then you wouldn't be mine now, would you? The spell I used would only summon unclaimed, prospective pets. I've had a few come through these doors, but none of them were up to par. None of them felt right. But you do. None of the others wanted what I could offer, but I can tell that you do. You want, no, need a bit of love and care that no one in your pathetic world seems to be able to offer you. Isn't that right? Of course I'm right. Well, since you'll be here for quite some time, I suppose I should tell you some of the expectations that comes with being my pet, whilst I'm fixing your hair. Well, as I mentioned before, this is the Autumn Court. It's one of the many fey courts that exist in this realm, and you may have heard of a few. Have you heard of the Seelie and Unseelie courts? Yes, they exist, but they're not the only ones. Back when humans believed in us fey folk more, they liked to simplify the vastness that is the fey realm because their simple human minds could not comprehend the true majesty of it. Eventually, they just stopped believing in us entirely, happy to exist in their own realm, pretending like all the things they can't explain don't exist. Yes, but you're not like the rest of them, are you, sweetling? No. No, you're not. Well, every fey court has their leader. Their own king or queen. Eventually, I will be the queen of the Autumn Court. But I'm in the midst of, a power struggle, if you will. The Autumn Court has declared me too young, too untested to be queen. I obviously disagree. It's code word for unmarried, sweetling. I cannot comprehend the concept of only one fae sitting on the throne. Things always need to be in pairs for them. Call it tradition, or culture, or what have you. I call it stupidity. But I unfortunately must heed the counsel and get married to a fae or fae-like entity before I'm able to assume the throne. Oh, what an interesting question, sweetling. Wouldn't my getting married be easy due to my being the heir to the Autumn Court? Technically, yes. I could just point and choose and get married like that, but I'll have to spend the rest of eternity wondering if my partner married me because they like me or because they like my title and privileges that come with it. I'd rather see the iron in front of me, not behind. It's amazing, sweetling. And now that you're here, it's going to be perfect. You're never going to have to worry about another thing in your entire life. Nope. Everything you could possibly want will be provided for you. As long as you agree to be mine for the rest of your life, you'll have everything you could possibly want. Oh no, I'm afraid you won't be able to go back home, sweetling. If there is anything from home you'd like for us to fetch for you, I can use the summoning spell, but it is only one way. Entities may be able to cross from your world to mine, but we haven't really gotten the magic down from my world to yours. Oh no, shh. It's alright. You're going to be just fine. If you think you're going to get homesick, I can just wipe your memory of all that came to pass before you came here. No, you'll be alright. Good. No more worrying about such nonsense, my sweet. Only fun, relaxing, stress-free days await you here. Wait. There are no rules against marrying a human. The only rule is that I need to marry a fae-like creature, and one can make the argument that human beings are fae-like in nature. Oh, sweetling. Instead of being my pet, how would you like to join me in matrimony instead? Oh, come now. It'll be fun. I promise none of the responsibilities of ruling the Autumn Court will fall on your shoulders. I meant when I said that you will never have to worry about another thing for your entire life. Oh, please. Please, 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 please do this favor for me. I swear you will never regret it. I know you'll be a good pet. I won't stab me in the back, like all those other wretches will. So please, sweetling, please marry me.